In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the press pull command. So I've actually left the objects up from the extrude video that I just made, and I want to show you the difference between extrude and press pull. So I'm going to back this up. I'm just going to do the undo command until I get back to the basic shapes that we first started working with. So enter will undo, and pressing enter will just repeat the last command. So I'm going to continue to press enter several times. Whoop, we're undoing. I made a little cylinder here. If you remember, let's just take it to right here. So if we recall, or if you watched that video, the first thing I did was draw a series of just lines. So these are just individual lines, and then I drew a polyline, and I was showing that with the extrude command, you can technically extrude lines. It just gets this cookie cutter surface kind of way to go into 3D, whereas if you extrude a polyline, it will make it into a 3D object. What I want to show you with press pull is, I'm going to start this command. The press pull command doesn't care if these are lines or not. So notice you've got the individual lines. When we were extruding, you had to select the line or the polyline that you want to extrude. So with the press pull command, I'll just click inside of here. It finds the hatch boundary, or not the hatch boundary. It's like the hatch where it finds the hatch boundary, except it's going to find the boundary of this object. So it does have to be a closed off object, and then that's it. We just pull it up. So it works very similar to the extrude command. It's just that it doesn't need it to be a region or a polyline. You can extrude or press pull anything, any surface. Even within that surface, you can come to anything that is already a 3D solid. If I press pull, I can click on, let's say, this surface right here, and I can pull it out. And now I've got a new shape here. I can click on this surface, pull it out, and it's, ooh, I got a little gap in there, didn't I? Click on this surface, and I can actually bring it in and subtract. So this press pull command extrudes, but it also subtracts any surface that you click on. It's pretty cool. Here's another cool thing about it. If I draw a circle right here, I'll draw another one right over here, so they're similar. When I did the extrude command, if you remember, I had to select that object, press enter, and then I had to pull it, let's see, I would pull it down. If I wanted this to be extruded as a hole through here, I had to come back around, select the circle, press enter. I could either extrude that circle up or down, and if I go down, then I can use my subtract command, select the object, press enter, and select the cylinder that I want to subtract, and that's how I get a hole through here. Well, check this out, this exact same thing, but I'm going to use the press pull command. When I click inside, it finds the boundary, so it takes that as the boundary. It's just going to automatically have a hole through there. I don't have to extrude those objects. You know, normally what I would have to do is take the lines, make them into a polyline or a region, then extrude those lines, then extrude the circle, then subtract the circle. It will just automatically do that for me. So if I were to draw, let's say, another circle here, if I were to use the press pull command, here, let's draw two different circles. I'm kind of running out of room, aren't I? Let's draw another little one right there. So I've got just a 2D circle, just a flat circle on the surface of a solid object. I'm going to press pull. If I click inside that circle, again, it finds those boundaries the way the hatch command does. I'm just clicking anywhere inside, and if I pull it down, look, it's extruding that down as a cylinder, but when I click, it actually subtracted that cylinder from my object. So I'm going to hold down shift in my middle wheelie ball, and that's it. You can see I made a hole straight through there. If I were to do the same thing and press pull this circle up, it's not subtracting it, but look what it did. It unioned it. It made it all one piece. So this is a pretty cool thing. I honestly use the press pull command more than I use any other command in 3D. So what's cool about it is you can just draw out what you need in 2D, and then you can just press pull it. Now, something you do need to worry about if you're going to do the press pull way and you're hoping to get some circles in here is if you had something like a counter bore or something like that, and this is a hole, but this one needs to have like a height or something to it. If you press pull, It just finds the boundary. And so that's the only drawback. This is the one case where it might be better to go ahead and do a extrude, and then you can press pull that hole through there. So just something to think about. You could also move this out of the way and then press pull. Let's say this hole went all the way through it, and then you can move this back, pick it up from the center point, snap it to the center here, and then you could press pull this up or down if there's a certain distance. Maybe I'll just press pull it down a distance of 3, and then I've got a counter bore in there. So I just typed 3 and pressed enter instead of just clicking. But you notice whenever I'm doing these, when I'm subtracting, if I've got a circle in here, and when I'm trying to subtract it out, I'm way exaggerating how long I'm making it. I want to make sure I can definitely see it, because if you bring it down here, unless you know the exact dimension to type, you can't really see, you can't really tell if it's all the way through. It's going to be subtracted out anyway, so it doesn't matter how long that cylinder is. Just go ahead and make it much longer, and then you've got it. So that's it. That's the press pull command, and kind of comparing the press pull versus extrude, when you would use one, when you might use the other. For the most part though, I definitely love the press pull command. It makes taking 2D objects and converting them into 3D objects just super easy.